Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are doing a DJI Mini 3 Pro unboxing today. So with that, let's get into the unboxing. Alright, so DJI Mini 3 Pro. I have been pretty excited about this drone for quite a while. So I actually have had this for just about a month and a half now, and this gave me some time to kind of go over some stuff that I'm happy with about it, things that I think could be better, and whether or not I think this is time to upgrade to the next drone or not. So first things first, let's just talk about getting this all set up. As far as the propeller arms go, they finally improved it where I don't have to think about which propeller guards I'm actually lifting first. So you can go in any order with these. If you go back to the Mini 2 or the Mini, you always had to think about which arms you're pulling out. So in this case, if you did the front and then the back, you were fine. But if you tried to do the back and then the front, you couldn't do it. So just a little detail that I appreciate, you know, just improving upon itself is great. You still do have screw-on propellers, so I wish that there was a way they could have made these to fast, quick connect. But when we're trying to stay under that 249 grams, I'm assuming that's probably part of the problem there. The other big upgrade is going to be the front-facing sensor, the two front-facing sensors and the two back sensors. So now, as far as obstacle avoidance, we finally have that. We now have tracking in this drone. We have the ability to do master shots, a lot of things that we couldn't do before, but now that they've included this feature, it's made it so that they can actually track you now. So we can do point of view from the side to the back. There's different ways it can happen. Master shots, you still need to be aware. It's actually going to turn off the sensors. And if you're doing a horizontal to you view, there's no sensors on the sides here, so that also will not allow you to actually do any obstacle avoidance. So you want to think about what you're doing still with the drone, but you do have a little bit more peace of mind that if you're flying forwards or backwards, that this drone is going to be able to detect things. And honestly, I've been pretty impressed with the sensor as far as when it has been on and working. If you put it in sport mode, you won't have it. So there are times that you will and won't have that feature. So knowing your drone, knowing how to control it is going to be really important. So the camera guard, this thing can be a little bit frustrating. If you notice, when you try and just put it on, you're going to fidget with it quite a bit. So what I have learned is when I'm trying to get this back on, I will go ahead and bring my drone straight up like this. And then you just want to make sure this guard is coming straight down over the top. And if you get it just right, it should just lock in there and you should be good to go. But you're going to find yourself fidgeting with it a little bit. So there you go, it's on, it's locked. The propeller guards, you know, this, or not having a propeller guard, I mean, is kind of not as needed. They put these little notches on the bottom. That's been kind of a nice feature. Just because they kind of lock together better, and the propellers on top, the blades actually lock in pretty well. I still prefer having a guard just for extra protection, but it just seems like they've thought out little details a little bit better here. I would say battery life, I'm averaging probably about 30 to 33 minutes per battery with the 249 gram batteries. I didn't get the extended batteries. So those are kind of the main features as far as the drone goes. there's just, you know, the body looks quite a bit different. So if you compare it to what the Mini 2 looked like, it is bigger, and it's definitely the propeller blades are longer. So it's changed. It's got kind of a different look. I actually like it. At first it looked kind of funky to me, but over time it grows. All the different options. I did go with the RC controller. I think this was a really good upgrade. A couple of things I wish that we could have changed is it's kind of a pain that every time I want to use this, I have to get the controller turned on, I gotta get the drone turned on, and then I gotta get these guys screwed in. I really wish, as far as the controller goes, if they could have made some kind of system where these thumbsticks were already in place and then they flipped up and locked into place. It'd just be nice to have something to make less time. So the downside of a drone is the amount of time it takes for you to turn on the drone, get the controller set, get everything set up, get your GPS signal, have it set to home, be ready to go, make sure that you're in an area you can fly. This, you just want to try and get up as quick as possible. So there is some downsides to that. So that was a big reason I got the controller. Now I don't have to have my phone connected. It's just get my controller, get my drone, boom, we're good to go. Controller got, I think it's about 4 hours of battery life on it. I have never gotten I've never gone below 2 bars. So every time I've used this, I've gone through all 3 of my batteries and still had 2 bars left. Been really happy with it. There is one odd thing that they did. For some reason on the little controller that lets you go sport and then normal mode and then cinematic mode, for some reason it just does not click between the 3 very well. So it actually isn't always accurate as where it is. You really have to pay attention looking on the screen. Something I've been thinking about calling DJI and saying, hey, is this normal? Because I'm actually not sure if it should be doing that. My one downside is really bright light. Sometimes this is a little bit hard to see. You can buy a guard that covers it. I did not get that. I'm able to make it work enough where I'm happy. So this kit, basically, you're going to get a USB-C to USB-C, a propeller guard screwdriver, and 4 replacement blades, and then the controller. So it still baffles me that they don't include a wall charger with this. The one that you want is a 30-watt charge. That will get you the quickest charge. I've been using my old Apple charger, which I think is at 20. Yeah, it's 20 watts. It's worked fine, but you know, you would think that would be something they would include, but they don't. And I think that's going to be more common as we go with more electronics. So we're going to go into a couple of the products I really think you should have if you're getting this. One of the ones I did get, which is already on the controller, is I did get a screen guard for this. I just want to protect it as much as I can. So there's glass on there right now. And then I also got this little sleeve for the controller. I'm not sure how much this really gives me protection-wise, but just knowing that I have an extra layer of security on the controller if it drops, scratches, anything like that, that's really the only reason I got it. It hasn't had any issues with signal. They made sure to cut out where the signal is. So I've been happy with this. It's worked just fine. The other thing I did go ahead and get was a propeller guard holder. And I'll link all these things in the description part. So if you guys want to look at any of these products, I've got them all off of Amazon. But this one, what I kind of liked about this propeller guard is it actually protects the down sensors as well. So all you're going to do is you have this little notch, slide it up, lock it into place. And I've been pretty happy with that, so not too bad. And then let's see if I get this on the first try here. And look at that. So drone's all set, ready to go, put away. Let's get into the Fly More kit. I am more disappointed that they did not include a power brick for charging it, even more than in the drone itself. I think that's kind of a strange thing to leave out. I do think it's needed. One battery, you're just not gonna have enough. So you get the 2 extra batteries and the 3 port charger pack. You get a USB-A to USB-C cable, and then you get 8 more propeller guards. As far as this bag goes, I wasn't sure if I would use it or not, and to be honest, looking at other people with this bag, I did not realize how perfect of a size this bag is. So I've actually been really happy. Fits well in my backpack. Everything fits in it just fine. So drone goes in the side here. Batteries right here. Get the nubs off, the thumbsticks off. Zipped up, and we're good to go. So I think this works really well, actually. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed about is the shoulder strap. I thought about just cutting it off and having no strap at all. They do not have a way of unclipping this. They don't have any way of taking it off unless you want to actually cut it off. So I took 2 pieces of Velcro and I just cinched them down really tight. So I basically made a handle out of the pack. I'm never going to really use this on my shoulders. This is going into a backpack, and that's really how I'm storing it. There's only one other product that I would really say is a must, and that would be ND filters and polarized lens filters. So really simple as far as you get these on. You just do a tiny little click on that, pops right off, and just whatever one you're going to put on, clicks on, and it's good to go. It locks in place. These ones I got off Amazon, I've been pretty happy with them. Get an ND 8, 16, and 32, and just it does fine with bright light, but it's gonna wash out a little bit of the coloring. So I finally got these last week, have not really gotten to use them much. I used the polarizers a little bit, but this is something I'm gonna see myself using more of, just because the drone still gets great video on its own, but it's gonna be better when you have these filters to try and minimize some of that bright sun during the daytime. Hey, look at that, got it a second time. All right, so these are basically the features of the drone. Honestly, I've been really happy with this. The follow feature, I haven't used a ton. It's nice to know that I now have that in the drone. Appreciate the fact that I have the master shots feature. It's kind of cool because you can basically throw this drone up, pinpoint it on something, and say, hey, I want to make a master shot of this, and it's going to go all the way around it and really focus on whatever you're wanting it to focus on. And goes through, I think it's a 5 or 6 sequence of different video options. You need to be watching the drone, because what you will see is the sensors are off when it's doing it. So you want to make sure that you don't have anything that is lower than the drone or higher than the drone when it's going. So you're watching its path, being ready to cancel it if need be. But they work really well, and it's been a fun experience just to be able to be like, hey, that's kind of a cool area. I don't have a lot of time. Throw this up, and within 2-3 minutes you have a master shot done. The other big feature, which is probably the thing I'm happy about the most, is the hyperlapse. Having hyperlapse where you can just have it make a hyperlapse, you can do a waypoint hyperlapse, you can do a straight direction where it will just go in a straight line making a hyperlapse, and then you can also do a free hyperlapse where you're basically controlling it and very slowly moving the drone in a way that you want it to go, making a hyperlapse. Really cool features. The other thing is going to be the camera sensor on here. This new sensor, finally you can use your drone at night. So they put on some good lights on this. It's really easy to see at nighttime, and you're going to get some really cool shots at night. So this is really, if you're thinking about getting into a drone, this is a great starting point. It's not the cheapest as it used to be anymore, so that's going to be a limiting factor for some people. But as far as all the features and what it comes with, this is the best thing I can think of on the market at this point. So if you're looking at getting into droning, if you're looking into something that's just going to be really easy and simple to use, this is a great starting drone. Even as far as just regular use, I don't see myself needing to upgrade to anything else. I'm pretty happy with this for what I use my drone for. This is perfect. So with that, get you some videos of what I've been shooting with this over the last month and a half. If you like seeing this content and want to see more stuff about drones, camera gear, how I use my gear, kind of any of the tech that I've been using on this channel, I'm more than happy to talk about it. Leave a comment below, say hey, what you'd like to see more of. Love to get into that and show you some more options. Otherwise, if you have not been to this channel before, we explore the Pacific Northwest. So we go all over Washington and the Pacific Northwest area, exploring, looking at stuff, and just try and have fun with the family and a good time. So if that's something you're interested in, please think about subscribing, and thanks for checking out the video. Till next time, guys, keep exploring.